Hello everyone, it's Salt Rider here and Oliver, and welcome to another week in toys. Today is Sunday the 13th of August, and today we have been to the Stafford Toy Fair, haven't we?
Yeah.
And Oliver wants to show you what he picked up today, what he skipped me out with. So over to you, Oliver, come on.
So
We got a big Lego Groot, didn't we?
Yeah.
And you've already lost his things out of his hands.
Yeah.
Oh, he's found them. Okay, so these go in Groot's hands. Do you want to show them?
yeah. So these are these finds.
Yeah. So should we put them in the hands so people can see?
Yeah.
Right. So he's very cool, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think it was £6, wasn't it? I think it was,
Yeah.
which is, I don't think it's a real one, but it's fine. What else did we, let's do the Bot-Bots last. So, what else did we get? A Gujitsu. Is he a good guy or a bad guy?
A good guy.
Yeah.
A bone version.
A bone version. And you like these, don't you?
Yeah, and inside is blue.
Yeah, his bones are inside and they can stretch really far. I think that was £2, wasn't it? I think that one was out of a box. Then you got your
these.
Okay, so we got. I think these are Disney, aren't they? I
Yeah.
forget what they're called, but we've got a whale, and we had a
Blind black, and we got a little Pokemon, and he's a rubber.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, isn't it?
Mhm.
Pop it there then. Right then, it's Bot time. We got 2 packs of Bot-Bots. So what did we get?
Yeah, and we got this texture. Well, it turned to a mad scientist.
Yeah, it looks like wilderness, doesn't it? That.
Yeah.
Go on.
Got a camera one.
Okay.
And
They're hard to transform sometimes, aren't they?
yeah.
Well, I like that one. That one's cool.
Okay.
Right, should we put the ones over here that you've done so you don't forget? Right.
Yeah. And so we got this one.
That's a telescope, isn't it?
Yeah. We got a hat, and it turns into a bunny.
That's cool, isn't it?
Yes.
A photocopier.
Yeah. It's pretty weird because the feet splits apart.
Oh, right, and they merge together, don't they? It's quite a clever one. It's quite big as well, isn't it, that one?
Yeah, it's kind of chunky.
Yeah, kind of chunky. Not yet.
Hey!
Only joking. Oh, what's the next one?
And we got a funny one,
Yeah.
which is a whoopee cushion. And
That's very cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
That rolling pin.
that isn't a rolling
What
pin.
is it then?
It's a toilet paper holder.
Oh, is that what it is? I think it looks like a rolling pin.
Hey!
Right.
I had that.
We got a phone, like Daddy's first mobile phone, in the camera.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Oh, a camera.
Yep.
It's very cool. I'm going to put them here so you don't keep disappearing.
Okay, so, and we got a video.
Yeah, a camera. A
Yeah.
videoer. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
And we got a firework.
Yeah, which is cool. And what else have we got?
And we got a vacuum.
A vacuum cleaner. That's really...
That was all the arms.
And what's the final one? I think this is the one you like the most, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like an apple dragon.
Yeah.
What's he going to hold in it? Then? Oh, it's got a bite out of it. Ah, see, that's quite clever. So there you go. That's everything that Oliver got. Did you have a good time?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Do you want to say bye to everyone?
Bye.
So that was what Oliver picked up from the Stafford Toy Fair. But before I even got to the Stafford Toy Fair, and before I even got to TFN, one of the biggest purchases of the year arrived. Finally, my birthday present was shipped from Comics and Cocktails. It was a little bit later than everyone else got in, but I didn't mind. I paid a little bit cheaper anyway. I got Armada Optimus Prime, the Commander class for the year, and it's lovely. It's over here. Here it is. And it's beautiful. It is the ultimate version of this figure. Everything about it feels great. The only critique I've got of these panels probably need a bit of a better clipping. but that's due to articulation of the arms and that when you move these forwards it tends to pop open a little bit, so I suppose it's by design. Comes with his gun, comes with the mini robot as well with a matrix in. It's just great, it's really well articulated, it's just a great update of this figure. I have got over here, I have got the original one of these in the loft, but I have got the Powerlings version with Powerlings Jetfire here, so you can see the size difference between the two. He might be being packed away soon because I've got to find space for my TFN stuff. But yeah, so I picked up him and he's lovely. There's loads of reviews of him out there now, so it's a little bit old news I suppose. But he's going to be up there for Figure of the Year for me. And in a way it's a shame TFN came like so quickly because I think this arrived on the Wednesday, I went to TFN on the Friday. So I didn't have that much time with him, but the time I did, I love this thing. It's absolutely gorgeous. High recommend. I know this is going out after TFN, but if you haven't got him and you've been to TFN, maybe stick this one on your list next, because he is a great figure. Then obviously TFN happened, and if you want to see what I bought at TFN, check that out. Check that video out. I'll put a link in the description below, but I'm guessing most of you had already seen it. So I went to the Stafford Toy Fair, as you've seen with Oliver today. The reason why we went there is because I didn't see Oliver, he didn't go to TFN with me, and he wanted to look for more bots. I bought him some from TFN, and I thought, you know what, I'll take him out for the day, boys' day out. So the first time I picked up in there, to be honest, it was influenced by Oliver. He bought that Groot figure from the store, and on the same store they had some Transformers. They had like Legacy Wave 1 stuff, Drag Strip, and a few of the reissue figures, and this was sitting there. And I'm not massive into Bayverse bots, especially from the last night, because that film is bloody awful. But one thing I do enjoy is I don't mind Drift, and I don't mind these Dinobot characters as well. And I just out of off chance asked him, "Oh, how much is this, mate?" He went, "Oh, 20 quid for that one." And I thought, you know what, that's worth more than 20 quid. And John, I sent it over to my mate John, and he sent back the last one sold for like 55, I think it was, on eBay. Don't know if I'm going to just flip it straight away. I'm probably not going to, because I actually quite like this set. I like it as a standalone piece. But yeah, for 20 quid, I thought, why not? I will buy that. Because I haven't had many robots lately, have I? With TFN being the day before. So I bought that. If you remember last time I went to the Stafford Toy Fair, there was a stall on there that had loads of Power of the Force figures for a £5 each. And they had probably about 4 or 5 that I didn't have. I decided, you know what, I am going to buy a couple. I decided in the end just to get one. I bought this one. It's the 80ST driver. I have the 80ST in the loft with a few pieces missing, I think. I need to find them. I actually went up there today to try and find some minicons to put with my figures that I got from TFN. And there's a wasp's nest up there, so we've got someone coming to get rid of it tomorrow. But anyway, picked up in for a £5. Pretty awesome. Yeah, I think I saw one for 15, I think it was, when I was at the Warsaw Toy Fair. So, yeah, picked up that. Then, as you've seen, I picked up Ecto 1. I picked up the Highway Haunter a few weeks ago. Yeah, I was walking past this stall, and in a tub he had figures £3 each. I saw both of these basically. Both of the Fright Nights, was it? Ghostbuster lines where they do scary things like that. This one's got a bit of a dodgy ear, doesn't want to pop out. I don't think they're perfect, but I don't want them to be perfect either. I bought these two to maybe go with the Highway Haunter or the Ecto 1 I got. He did them both for a £5, so it's nothing money really. But it was pretty cool to see and pick up these figures. I had them when I was a kid. Nice to have them again. And then I wish I took a photo of this stall. It was the most random stall I'd ever seen. And the guy on there was a little bit of a... Well, I'm not going to call him names, but he seemed to be a bit full of BS, to be completely honest. He had lots of stuff on there. Some of it was relatively cheap, some of it was overpriced. Like he had a titanium Rodimus on there, which I would have got if it had the legs of the rest of the body. It was just the cab part, and he wanted £10 for that. But he had like a G2 Megatron on there for £20. He also had a Transformers Go figure, which I kind of wish I bought now. It was £20. It was Optimus X Prime. It was a train. I picked it up and I was looking at it and I went, oh, I've never seen this before. And he just stopped me in my tracks and went, don't transform it, it'll take me ages to transform it. So he was a bit of a dick, to be honest, this guy was. But, I mean, it was 20 quid, but it had none of the accessories with it. And to be fair, there's no phone reception in there, so I didn't know what it was until I got outside. But there was a few other bits on there, some G1, some newer stuff. And then I spotted this. Animated Ironhide. An animated figure that I haven't got. I don't know if this is a later wave figure or pretty difficult to find, but I know it's not the most common of animated figures. And I was a little bit worried about buying it because I didn't know if it was complete or not. Because I saw these things here and I didn't know if there was a part on here that should have like connected to it or something like that. Anyway, it turns out now it's complete. But he had 12 quid in it, and I asked him, would you do this for £10? And he went, oh no mate, I've only just put them out. I was like, okay. I'm just, he says, why? You're thinking about it? And I was like, well, I'm not sure if it's missing some pieces. He went, well, there was a guy here before who was going to come back, and he was transforming it, and he said it was fine. And I was like, I thought you said you just put this out. But I checked my wallet, I had 22 quid left. Oliver wanted another set of bots. So I had enough for him, so I just paid £12, and I'm very happy I did because he is complete. He's even got his knuckle dusters here. So I think that is a bit of a bargain, and I think that is probably the biggest bargain I've had on this weekend, including TFM, because it's a figure, mould I've never had, in good condition, complete, for 12 quid. So I can't really grumble at that. So that is pretty awesome. And that was everything I got from there. So it was just a little haul from there, but let's face it, I had enough from TFM the day before. So today's Friday the 25th of August, payday for me. Not that I'll be spending a lot on robots after last month and TFN and everything like that. And there's been a few more toys, of course there has, since the Stafford Toy Fair. So shall I kick off and tell you about what I found? So the first item, I was just looking on eBay and I stumbled across something that looked very, very strange. It was a G1 Transformer knockoff, but they'd actually built in a new alt mode to it. So I put an offer in on it. So then I get a WhatsApp message from Graham, the Collector 75, going, like, you've just made an offer on something I'm selling. I was like, God, I can't believe it's you. And Graham being Graham, threw in a little gift for me. And this was it. One of these little, the crashing Transformers, I forget what they're called. I've got a fair few of these now. And this is one I haven't got. I'll always like picking them up when I find them at car boots and that. I think it was from a game or something. I don't know who it's meant to be. I'm thinking maybe a crossover with one of the Wreckers, because these were out around the same time. Maybe Leadfoot it's meant to be, maybe. Someone help me in the comments below. But yeah, he's really cool. Graham didn't have to throw in anything for free, so thank you, mate. He's a lovely guy, and Transformers royalty. Graham the Collector 75. And he is Transformers royalty, isn't he, Graham the Collector 75, let's face it. Anyway, that wasn't the reason why I picked up this thing. This was the thing I picked up. It is a knockoff Generation 1 Blitzwing, but instead of a tank mode, it's like digger mode, which is very, very strange. It's got some lovely, like, kind of gold chromy detail here. It is die cast in places. It is missing a few of the pieces. It's got this sword, sorry. Now, when I say it's missing pieces, it's missing some from the original, not from the actual toy. This has got some, like, almost retooling on it. You can see the seats at the back here are retooled. You can see, obviously, this part here is more raised, because normally you would have the tank turret there. I might do a little short of a comparison of these, because it is such a lovely novelty. It's Space Rocket, it's called there. I don't know if the sticker was meant to be that way around, but it does transform. It doesn't have the firing missiles. It does come with his sword. I don't know if he originally came with his gun, but it is cool. It is a little bit sun-faded, which I don't mind on an old toy, to be honest with you. And I think Graham has popped on some Decepticon symbols, which is pretty cool. So he has got a slightly different transformation. Obviously, you've got this digger here and a seat here and all that kind of stuff. But the transformation is slightly different. Let's go into jet mode first. It hasn't got the metal pieces here that normally make the fins of the plane. Because what you do is you pull these out, you flip this around as you would normally do, then you move the digger thing round and you make a jet like that, which is, it's awesome. This thing is, it is so lovely, and it feels really good as well. The other thing it hasn't got is the foreign missiles, so they're missing as well. They've been tooled out, but it's just such a strange thing, such an odd thing to find a Generation 1 knockoff built virtually identically to the Generation 1 toy. I think the only thing different here, I think this, no, that's metal as well. Yeah, it's just so odd. Such an odd thing to see it retooled. And why not a tank? Not a clue. Transform into robot mode. Very similar to what you would do for the G1 figure. So you move out the arms. Move out these arms. Flip the head round. And then you've got this bit at the back, and I've got no idea what you're meant to do with it. Maybe fold it down like that, or have it over the shoulders like that. I'm not quite sure what the official transformation is. Let's leave it there. Now he's got some god-awful abs on his face, bless him, poor bloke. And his legs obviously look a little bit skinnier. He's going to struggle to stand up. Will he stand up? He'll just about stand up. Because all he hasn't really got any feet, has he? His sword clips in the same way, even though it is it's rather loose. I don't know what it's like on the other arm. Other arm's a little bit better. But yeah, it's just such an oddity, and I'm not really one for oddities. I like my G1 to look like G1, but this was so strange. So strange to say. And I loved it. I loved it so much. So yeah, he is one that I picked up, and thanks for Graham for the really good price, mate. I think he let me have it cheaper than on eBay, so that was really kind of him. What a lovely bloke. Let's pop him back into his digger mode, because this is how I'm probably going to display him, to be honest, because he's such an oddity. But yeah, awesome thing. Then I went to the cinema the other day with my little lad, because he was off for half term. I've been off all week with him. I'm off next week with him as well. And we went into Tamworth. We don't normally go to Tamworth Cinema, we go to Warsaw, but I got some free tickets for an Odeon, so I thought I might as well go there. And we had he wanted to pick up some Skylanders from CEX because he's on a Skylander fix again. So we went to CEX, and there was a few charity shops on the way back, and I spotted this in there, and it was more of an impulse buy. It was £5, and I'll be honest, I'm probably going to give it to my dad, because this is more my dad's thing than my thing. But it is a Thunderbird 2. This is from, I think, about 2010, I think. 2015, so about 10 years old now. It's not in bad condition. It had horrible tape mark on the top of it, which I've managed to get off and give it a little bit of a clean. It's got a button here that
Thunderbirds are go.
got electronics in there. Now that noise, I remember that noise was on Tracy Island when I was a kid, because I had Tracy Island as well.
Thunderbirds are go.
It does make some other random noises as well, and it's pretty stock, this thing is. So you've got the cockpit can open up. It hasn't got any figures with it or anything like that. The cockpit can open up, and then just like the porthole thing can open up.
This is Thunderbird 4.
See, I don't know how that triggers. It randomly just makes some noises. If you push these up, the legs will come down, which is pretty cool. And if you press this button, I'm going to be careful. Pod 4 will come out, and then inside is space for Thunderbird 4. Unfortunately, it didn't have Thunderbird 4 with it. But yeah, I thought it was really lovely. As I say, I don't know if I'm going to keep it. I've also got these thrusters here that fold up and down. I'm I don't know if that opens up. I don't know if it's the battery panel. Got some rollers on the bottom. Yeah, it's quite a cool thing, right? It's just huge. And Thunderbirds, as I say, isn't really my thing. I did have a little phase of them when I was a kid, but I think that was more me old man going, oh, look at all these old toys that I used to have. But yeah, I bought it for a £5. It's really cool, but I'm probably going to pass it on to my dad later today. So yeah, he might get more joy out of it rather than me. And the final thing that arrived was Studio Series 86 Brawn, who is a lovely chunky little fella. Short legs, short arms, just a short tiny little bot. Well, he's not too tiny, he's about, let me grab it on the bot. This Shadow Striker here. So you can see he's a little bit smaller than your standard mainline deluxe. But yeah, he's lovely. He's great in both modes. He comes with a little blaster. This is definitely going to be retooled into Outback, 100%. I know some people might disagree with me, but I could see this being made into Gears and Swerve as well. I know they're not necessarily mould mates in the past, but how it all is, I can see some retooling maybe on the backpack or something to make a Gears, and we've got a Gears coming next year, so I can see that happening. But it's lovely in both modes. Not too much hollowness, a little bit in the arms, but not too bad. Lovely paint, perfect. Nice to tick off that Brawn, because I had the, was it Combiner Wars or Times Return Brawn? We're so close to completing these mini bots now, aren't we? We need a Power Glide, I'd say. We need a Wind Charger, Swerve and Gears, which will probably come next year. And then we're not far away then, are we? I think that's probably about it. You could argue we could do with a better sea spray, but I'm happy with the Titans one. But yeah, Brawn here, lovely figure. Really happy to pick him up. And he's another one ticked off that 86 collection, even though he just died in it. And you know what's going to happen next year? He's going to be in a 2-pack with Ratchet in animation colours with an hole in his shoulder. It's going to happen. So today is Sunday, the 27th of August, I think it is. Yes, it is. And I received a couple of parcels, well, one parcel on Friday, I think it was. I was kind of hoping that another thing would arrive. I ordered Frenzy, Studio Series 86 Frenzy. I had it in my basket from Pulse, but I thought, oh, it's not going to come quick enough. I'll go in demand and I'll pay for the 24-hour shipping and whatever it is on there. 1 to 2 business days. This was Thursday night, and I thought, oh, they'll post it on Friday, and I'll probably get it on Saturday. And they only actually posted it on Saturday morning. I don't think it's actually been collected yet, according to the tracking. So I'm not going to get that until at least Wednesday. I'm going to be away, so I'm not going to get it until I'm back the following week, which is a shame, really. Especially when you paid an extra quid or so for extra shipping. But never mind, never mind. You live and learn. But I did have a parcel come from Pulse, which is pretty awesome, and it contained 2 items. The first of which allowed me to complete my core class Volcanicus. And yes, the gun here is from Rise of the Beast Skull Country. I've just given him that gun. I really like this thing. It is absolutely, and if we just put the arms down a little bit, you can kind of pose around this. But if you look proportion-wise, like, it needs about that much more on it. It needs to be a little bit longer in the legs. He's very short-legged. But that said, I still think it's a pretty cool little core class combiner. The one that arrived to finish it all off is Little Snarl here, who is probably the best of all of them. A little bit of parts forming with him. And what should I do? Should I transform into Dino Mode? Should we do Dino Mode? Let's do Dino Mode. There we go. We got there in the end. A decent little Dinobot. The angle of his feet is a little bit odd. Like, I think you're meant to... I don't know what you're meant to do here. You're meant to, like, get them like so. But it kind of pushes down. So he's always looking down rather than... His legs are static anyway. I don't know. I think it looks quite good. I do like it, even though the pose is a little bit static. But what do you expect from a core class figure? In robot mode, and I'll transform into robot mode now, like so. Kind of like so. Get it in the right place. There we go. And there he is in his robot mode. Could do with a little Autobot sticker there, but I can probably pop one on there. He does come with a sword as well. Not many of these bots came with an accessory. but he does come with a little sword. And I think he's pretty decent. Yeah, you see the inside of the tail section here, but it's not too bad, is it? Really nice little figure. I think him, Swoop, and probably Slag are the best ones. I think Sludge is terrible. I don't think Scar is too great. Grimlock isn't great either, but him, Swoop, and Slag are pretty awesome, or Slug as it's called. So yeah, it's nice to finish that off. It's nice to have a complete set of these mini dinos, and I wasn't going to be in for these. I think I remember saying on one of these videos that, oh, I've got no interest in these core class dinos, but actually, you know what, they look really, really nice. That's his leg mode, just plugs into a port here. And yeah, even though some are more compromised than others, I think definitely the leg mode here, but both legs are pretty, oh, his hand's falling off, are pretty compromised. But yeah, all in all, I'm pretty happy with how he turned out. Nice looking bot. Definitely 100% needs some third party add-ons for his feet. I'm going to have a look for those. I have seen some on AliExpress. I might give them a little bit of an order. But yeah, so I've got Core Class Volcanicus complete, which is very nice. Now the other figure I picked up was another deluxe from the final wave of Legacy. I haven't bothered with Strong Arm. Bombshell hasn't come out yet, but I did pick up Detritus here, who is a retool of the old Siege Hound mould, and he is a potential pre-tool of the Studio Series 86 Hound, if you are following. Now, he does come with these two weapons. We've seen these weapons before, because they come with that Tangerine Tango Jazz from the G2 Toxitron line, randomly. So these weapons we've had before, the mould we've had before. It works quite well in this mode. I think that the original mould did it better. There's a bit of a gappiness at the back, which again the original mould had, but yeah, I never really noticed it as much because you had like the roof section on there. Yeah, it does it okay. There's a big gap there. I think that originally was covered up by the roof of the Jeep. But yeah, it's okay. Now this, warning about this one, this is actually all clear plastic painted, and same with this part here, so be careful, you might chip a little bit of paint off that, but that is painted. I think this is also clear plastic painted, I think it is. But yeah, to transform him, I really like this transformation. You separate these sections here and flip these all around, and the whole part of this then becomes legs. So you flip these around and the feet out, you rotate the wheels back in on itself to get to that point there, and you do the same the other side till it clicks, flip the feet out, and there you've got some feet. You rotate his arms out, and then you need to rotate the biceps a quarter of a turn inwards. Then you push this down, you then flip this section back, and there you have Detritus in his robot mode. You will see that he does have a Autobot symbol here and a Decepticon symbol there. That did confuse me, but luckily Luffy told me that it's because he is a mercenary for hire. He is a junkion apparently, but in the backstory of him, he is a mercenary for hire, so he has both. You've got some posts here, so unlike the retool of Mirage, you can put his shoulder cannon on there, which is pretty cool. I believe I saw Mr. Wasp Shot pop it on there like that, and then have it at a little bit of an angle, which looks quite cool actually. That doesn't look too bad at all. If you want to have a little bit of an angle, maybe if we rotate it around a little bit, do it like that maybe. Yeah, well done, Ben. That's a nice little hack with that. You can have this rocket at different angles, and that's pretty cool. And obviously his gun can go in his hand like so. And yeah, that's it really. Nothing too exciting. It's nice to have a Detritus in the collection. I always remember Rudy Zazu getting the e-hobby one from TFN a good few years ago now, before COVID. I'll just pop that in the normal place now. So yeah, it's nice to have a Detritus, a character I've never had before. Yeah, it's a pretty decent figure. I probably will upgrade my hound when this finally comes out in hound colours. But yeah, he's a nice little beige bot. I wonder if Bede will get him because he's beige, who knows. And I think that's probably it for another week in toys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. And there's bound to be some more toys on the way, isn't there? There always is with me. Until next time, I've been Zortride. I'll catch you again really, really soon.